Spending super on plastic surgery. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I have my morning stein of coffee and a few people have asked me about this. Last night people were sending me messages that I only received this morning if I was watching 60 Minutes. And I was wondering what was going on. Was the discussion about the cash ban something in finance? No, much more exciting. People spending their early release superannuation on plastic surgery. And, well, what this is bringing to light is just the number of Australians that want the government to take care of people. They think people are too stupid to spend their own money, so the government has to step in and has to take control of it. Fundamentally, you have to ask yourself the question, do you think it's the government's job to manage people who are too stupid for their own good, or do some people need to learn the hard lessons themselves? Do you want people to learn and become resilient, or do you want the state to take care of stupid? That's really what it is. I mean, okay, taking your super money out and instead of paying off debt or putting it aside for emergency, spending it on plastic surgery, which is not going to last forever. Sure, you get a boob job, you get a tummy tuck or something. I mean, I guess it could be an investment if that's tied to how you make your revenue. I guess it's not the best source of income, I would imagine, and not the most reliable on the long term. Aren't people doing it all on, I don't know, the online websites and dancing in front of the camera, or maybe they're Twitch thoughts, although they all got hit by not paying tax in the US. Nonetheless, let's have a look at this because it's crafting a narrative. We're seeing it more and more appear. They're making fun of the stupid idiots to paint all of us as too stupid to even control our own money. It's people's money. It's your money. You work for it. It's part of the burden that businesses incur to employ people. It's savings people put aside. And just because you got stupid idiots who are pissing it away on plastic surgery or on gambling it away or buying rubbish they don't need, that is used to craft the narrative that we're just too dumb and lazy, that we can't possibly manage our money. So the unions and bank-controlled organizations need to just take, 10% plus of our money every year, every dollar we earn, and manage it for us. Manage it for us, dumb plebs. I mean, you'll see more and more of this is coming. And in the comments, people are angry at these people for spending their own money in stupid ways. But I guarantee you lots of people spend their money in stupid ways. Most of our economy is propped up by people spending their money in stupid ways. Why do you think Afterpay shares have skyrocketed? Aussies are spending the federal government's super early release scheme, superannuation, on plastic surgery. It's been dubbed a lifeline for Australians, but some of those using the super early release scheme are treating themselves to plastic surgery. Well, this could be another point, is that people are feeling so hopeless, so downtrodden that they're never going to get a home. They're never going to have the quality of life that their parents did. They're never going to be able to save up enough money to get out of debt, so why not? Why not do something to feel good? Sure, it's very vain, it's very shallow. It's going to be fleeting. Those perky boobs won't last forever. That tummy tuck or whatever won't last forever. For thousands of Australians, the federal government's super early release scheme, introduced in the wake of the pandemic-fueled economic crisis, has been dubbed a lifeline. Under the scheme, as many as 2.1 million people applied to access their superannuation early, with those deemed eligible able to grab 10 grand from their super last financial year and a further 10 grand this year. Last month, the Australian Prudential Regulatory Authority figures showed that 14.8 billion had already been withdrawn. People want to have their money. They want to have access to it. That's the thing. They resent having to have it locked away. And, I mean, the flood of comments going, why should I pay for them with the pension? Yada, yada, yada. That's, the thing is, these people have been paying taxes their whole life. The government has stolen money off them their whole lives. The government has pissed it away on various programs to buy votes. So you've got a duty of care to pay back. I mean, sure, pensions, it's a whole Ponzi scheme unless you've got a growing population, but that's a different topic. At June 7, 2.12 million applicants to access early super had been lodged with the tax office. Assistant Minister for Superannuation Jane Hume said that the decision to take the money out now or build a nest egg over time was a big deal. For many people, the benefit of taking that money out now outweighs the benefits of leaving it in the future, she said. And she's right. She's right. The government isn't in the business of telling people how to spend their money. Well, the current government isn't. A lot of people wish the government was. And you're just seeing it. A lot of people are attracted to the authoritarian caretaker government. They're willing to sacrifice their individual responsibilities, the individual liberty, for this theater of government safety and security. That's the most scary thing that's coming out of all of this. That we're just seeing how many people are praising authoritarian action by the state, praising the government stamping down on people's freedoms. Critics have argued accessing your super should be a last resort only. After it was revealed by Industry Super Australia, 480,000 Australians had cleared out their funds completely. After that, accessing cash now would have dire long-term consequences for retirement nest eggs. People may have no confidence in it. On average, about 15% of Australian workers have accessed their super early. 3 states were above the national average. Queensland at 20%, well, we're a tourism state. Northern Territory at 19%. Western Australia at 16%. And only 8% of the ACT workers accessed their super. Well, it shows you which states are in greater trouble. Those critics have taken it one step further, following a report by 60 Minutes on Sunday night that showed some Australians who had withdrawn $10,000 from their superannuation splashed the cash on non-essential luxuries like plastic, surgery, and new cars. How is a new car not essential? Maybe it is. Maybe for their business they need a new car. Well, I wouldn't buy a completely new car. I'd buy a second-hand one because they take a hit. But people are stupid. How is this news? Okay, how is this news? Just look at how people vote. Okay, they vote for short-term gains, and they don't even think of the long-term implications. It's that simple. Shock, horror, gasp. You got stupid people. So let's restrict more freedoms for others. This is the narrative that's being created. Cassandra Garcia, a 41-year-old mother and businesswoman, put the cash towards a series of surgeries, including a boob job and liposuction on her torso, legs, and chin, purchases she deemed essential to her own self-confidence. Well, I will admit I am a boob man. I like boobs. Breasts are fantastic, So it could be essential for the economy, for the greater good. But no, it's not like buying food. Okay, you can hold off on the boob job for a few more years. But she's 41. She's hit the wall. So there's a whole lot of unwrapping you can do here that's got nothing to do with people spending their super. The fact that they're even discussing this and looking at this as an example is ludicrous. The fact that she's 41 and has to depend on the super money to pay for these things, that's a little bit more worrying. That shows the lack of financial literacy we have in Australia. And I don't blame people anymore. We're not taught of any of it. It's this whole consumerist mentality. Buy now. Use Afterpay. Get your credit card. Max it out. Buy all this crap. Pay in 10 easy installments. Danos Direct. Asked if she'd taken the money out in the spirit that the government intended, she said she'd definitely put the money back in the economy. I haven't just left it in my bank account. Well, there you go. She had. She's helped a plastic surgeon and then the supplier of the goods and materials, the people he's renting the office from. The reality is I'm okay with my decision. At the end of the day, this is all of our money. It is not money that we're loaning from the bank, she said. Exactly. It's her money. According to some, though, this behavior is obviously breaking the rules. It's the bloody Karens there the bloody Karens that want us to control, that want to control you. That's what it is. And I think there's a lot of them in Australia. I think there's a lot of people who would love to control you. Who really would love to control your freedoms, control your liberties. We're not like America. We don't have a culture of freedom and liberty. They've got a history that they're proud of, where they fought for their freedom. Australia never really did we? We don't really have it. We're good little convicts. Good little compliant convicts. Lots of Karens. Lots of Karens everywhere. We're the biggest dibber-dobber nation in the world. I'm worried with the cash ban. People saying, "Oh, I won't care. I'll just still do it." They'll give out rewards for dobbing people in. That's what they'll do. It's worse now than the other authoritarian regimes. They'll have neighbours dobbing in neighbours. We're seeing it all the time. Who cares if she bought a boob job? I mean, come on. If anything, it's probably a bit sad that she thinks she needs it. You know, at 41, you should really be at a point. You should really be, and I'm approaching that. You should be at a point where you don't give a damn anymore, where you're self-confident enough in your life that you don't care. Okay, whoop-de-doo, you got a bit of extra fat on you. Oh, you're bald. Oh no, who cares? You kind of grow out of giving a crap about what other people think, you know? Or if you want to make yourself look better, get a better diet, exercise, go for a walk, you know? I guess I'm just I've too stoic to care anymore. I mean, is it just me? Isn't it the older you get, the less you care about how other people think, or you realize they don't really care anyway? It's something of the youth, you know? If you're spending your super drawdown on a boob job, you're obviously breaking the rules, ABC Business reporter David Taylor wrote in a tweet. Oh, thank you, David, for sharing your opinion. I mean, you work for ABC. You work for a completely government-funded organization. You know, if she wants to spend it on that, go ahead. And uninformed fellow business ABC reporter Rachel Papa replied, well, yeah, there you go. You know, it's lucky we have these ABC reporters working for a government, never actually, you know, in the real world, telling us how to spend our money. And they can get stuff. They can really get stuff. You know, super splurge. Oh, it's their money. It is the people's money. If you want to piss it away on a boob job, go ahead. I think it's bloody stupid. I think it'd be smarter to put off debt. You know, if you're gonna piss it on something like this, keep it in your super fund and just let it sit there. That would be smarter. Okay. How long does a boob job last? Can someone let me know in the comments? You know, how long till the girls start sagging again? I've got no idea. I really have no idea. You know. So I'm sure someone can let me know. What's the lifespan on a boob job? Is it 10 years or 5 years? How long do they go? And then you've got also the health consequences of it. Rachel's just come in.
No.
What? No. Well, they're talking about. Okay, they're talking about spending their boob job, their super money on a boob job.
Okay.
So she's hit.
You're not spending yours on a
No,
boob job.
we're not. We're not. It's okay. We're not spending it on a boob job, honey. Okay. We're not. How long do they last?
Well, apparently it's great until you go past menopause and you need to get a a mammogram every 2 years.
Yeah.
Apparently it really, really hurts.
Well, cause Rachel's mother is a radiographer, a technician.
Yeah.
So she has to do the mammograms, doesn't she?
And rather than doing it in 4 squeezes, they've got to do it in 8 because they've got to push the implant away so they can scan the flesh. Well, and you can't push too tight because it might burst.
Well,
that's put me off.
There you have it, everyone.
Okay,
there you have it. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm sure some people in the audience have I mean, we're 90% male here. We don't, we only know how to squeeze it manually, not with machines. So, and there you have it, everyone. There is a negative consequence, a negative health consequence to boob jobs. Well, thumbs up if you like that. Anyway. I've lost my train of thought. So, I mean, there you go. Other commented it was laughable that people like Mr. Garcia had been approved to withdraw the super. Yes, you need the state to come and tell you how to spend your money. It's okay. There's bureaucratic. It's the real government, the government behind the government. It's the yes minister bureaucrats who tell you how to spend your money, and then the government goes out and just frittles away fortunes of taxpayer dollars. And remember, every dollar in tax that they waste is money someone could be spending on food or to put a house over their heads. Classic short-term thinking from the government and from those who've taken the money but aren't experiencing financial hardship, another viewer commented. Have fun now, and who cares about the future? Hope they don't whinge about not having enough money when they're trying to survive on the pension. No thought for the future. Appalling that some consider a car and cosmetic surgery essential, wrote another, in response to Ashley Madison, a 26-year-old who lost her job at the beginning of the pandemic, using part of her withdrawal super funds to purchase a new car. While many were critical of the people's frivolous spending, others defended their financial decision, claiming the money belongs to the individuals. Yes, it's their money. Stupid is as stupid does. Some people have to learn. learn that investing in a boob job may not be the smartest thing to do with $10,000. But frankly, I would argue that some of these people, wherever they get the money from, they'll just piss it away. You know, if they choose to spend it freely, and let's not forget, it will provide a boost to the economy, one viewer commented on Facebook. There is no right or wrong in this situation, but I, for one, and someone who desperately needed it, and I'm so grateful for its help, wrote another. A minority will always use things in a way that is not intended. The majority need it. It's people's money at the end of the day. And yes, it is people's money. It is their money. If they want to spend it and splurge it out, let them do it. Let them do it. Well, what do you all think, everyone? I'm sure the discussions of boob job will get this video demonetized. That's the way it is sometimes. Do you think plastic surgery is a fair investment for your super withdrawals? Have you spent it on something? Should I go over and get myself a hair transplant? I had a friend who was thinking of doing that. Or maybe I'll just actually shave off the beard. Yeah, that's probably the extent. But even that's a bit of an effort. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us via using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Now I'm going to go and have my breakfast. I'll see you next time.